Okay, so this is the full map, and this is the area that we're going to be focusing on. I'm going to see if I can zoom in on it so that you can see it better. All right, so these are 5-mile hexes. I can't get the camera to stay on there. Hold on, I'll move the table. All right, and we're going to be transferring that to this. I've already drawn the river in, and I've already identified the primary hex types. So now we are going to identify the subsidiary hex terrain types, secondary and tertiary terrain types. To do that, we are going to go to page 12, Shaping the Realm. All right. We're going to zoom back out so we can do this. How should I do this? Let's put this over here, I think. Yeah. Okay, and then we're just going to start here and work our way down. And so to do this, what we need are a D6, a D20, and let's go ahead and what is the best way? Here, hang on a second. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this on a notebook sheet first, and I think that'll make things easier and make it easier to read. So can you see this? Let's push it down here. There we go. Okay. Now, hills, primary terrain for 1007 is hill. 1008 is tall mountain. 1009 is mountain. 1010 is mountain. And 1011 is also mountain. And 1106 is hills. 1107 is badlands. 1108 is hills. 1109 is grassland. And 1110 is mountain. And 1111 is also mountain. Okay, so that gives us a good start, and we're going to go ahead then and generate the rest. So secondary terrain for hill is a 6. That is going to be more hills. Tertiary terrain is a 1. That's going to be a river. That's going to be a river. We don't have a river here, so what we're going to do is it's going to be a non-navigable river. So we're going to write river here. We're going to write stream. Okay. I'm sorry. No, that goes here. Stream. Whoops. Getting ahead of myself. See, I told you I didn't practice. All right, how many do we have? Secondary terrain is D6 plus 4, and tertiary terrain is D4 plus 2. Secondary terrain, additional hills, we don't have to worry about that. Stream is D4 plus 2. That is 3 plus 2 is 5. So there are going to be 5 subhexes that have a stream. And now for 1008, we have the tall mountains. These are 3,000 to 5,000 feet. So we're going to come over here to mountains. And we're going to roll for subsidiary terrain. 17. More tall mountains. Tertiary is a 4. That is going to be hills. And the hills, D4 plus 2. Again, that's a 3. That's going to be 5. So it's going to be 5 1-mile hexes of hills. And then we have mountain again. So let's go ahead and roll for that. We have a 10. That's going to be more mountains. Tertiary is a 9. That's more mountains. Then we have 10, 10, mountain. 15 is tall mountains. And there are 6 plus 4 is 10. And then for tertiary terrain is a 3. That's going to be forest. So we're going to have a high plateau with forest, or forested mountain up here. So we're going to have forest. And that's D4. So 1 plus 2 is 3. So we have 3 hexes of forest. And then 10, 11 is again mountain. So we have a 17. That's going to be tall mountains. And there will be D6 plus 4, 5 1-mile hexes of tall mountains. And the tertiary terrain is a 15. That's going to be more tall mountains. So that's going to be a separate set of peaks. And that will be 4 plus 2, 6. All right, 1106, which is going to be this hex up here. That's just a half of a hex. So we're going to roll for secondary. That is hills. Hills 20 is swamp. So we're going to have a valley somewhere with a swamp in it. Surrounded by hills. And that's going to take up 6 1-mile hexes. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's grassland. That's grassland. I'm looking at the wrong one. Not swamp. Okay. Hills. 16 is Badlands. And that's D4 plus 2. That's going to be 3 plus 2 is 5. Now we're on Badlands. Secondary terrain is a 3. That's going to be forest. D6 plus 4. 9. Tertiary terrain is a 16. 16 for Badlands is steppe. That's going to be a plateau. How big is that plateau? It is 3 1-mile hexes. 1108 is hills once again. 15 for hills is Badlands. D6 plus 4 is 5. Tertiary terrain is a 20. Hills, grassland. And that will be 1, 2, 3 hexes of grassland. Now we have grassland over here. Okay, grassland. Secondary is 4. That's going to be forest. And there are 6 plus 4, 10 hexes of forest. And then the tertiary is 11, which is more grassland. All right, now we're back to the mountains. Okay. 1 is a river. and that runs through 7 hexes. Tertiary terrain is a 5. That's going to be hills. And that will give us 4. That's 2 plus 2 is 4. And then the last hex that we're going to do for this example is 1111, which is a mountain hex. The secondary terrain is a 2, which is forest. And there are 6 forest hexes. Tertiary is a 12. That's going to be more mountain. Okay. So now that we've got that done, we're going to go ahead and draw it in on the map. So I'm going to get my green marker here, and we're going to color in the grasslands and the forests. So secondary terrain in the 10, we have grassland. Oh no, that's in 1106. That's in grassland. So there are no. All right, so forest. In 1010, we have forest, and there's 3 of them. 1010, there's 3 forests. We'll just put these in wherever we want. All of these are mountains, so we're going to just. These will be mountain and forest. So I'm just going to make these 3 here. There's different ways you can do it. There is a method here. If you roll a d10, say, so this would be 5, 6, and 9, the subhexes. All right, can you see that? No. All right, so if you look in this chart here, this hex here is number 5, this one is number 6, and this one is number 9. So theoretically, you could roll 1 die. I got a 5. Let's say I got a 5. I'll put that there, and then I'll have the other forest hexes all touching each other. You can have them touching. You can have them not. It's up to you. So otherwise, all of 1010 is mountain. 1011 has 11 hexes of tall mountains. So, well, let's do one at a time here. So we did this forest. That's done. Now we have hills. We're going to use our brown marker for hills. Secondary terrain for that is 6. Oh, that's right. They're all hills. So this entire hex of 1007, these are all hills. And there's a stream running through 5 of them. And then here in 1107, again, that's more badlands. There's more mountains here. So let's have a lake. Let's have a stream running into a lake. So we're going to have 4 hexes of river/stream that will run into a lake. And so let's put the lake. Where should we put the lake? Let's put the lake in 5. So the lake is going to be right here. And then what direction is the stream coming in from? The 6. So we're going to come down here. And then 6 again. We're going to come down here. And then 2. 1, 2. So it's going to come over here. So 1, 2, 3. One more, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to come down here. So that's where the stream runs down through the badland, or through the hills there, into that stream. But otherwise, all of those are hills. For 1008, we have tall mountain, and then hills. There are 5 hills. Which one is it? 6. I'm going to come here. So 6 is right here, so that's going to be a hill. And there are 5 hills. Let's go ahead and have them stretch over into this hill hex here. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are all hills, and the rest are tall mountains. 1009, mountain, mountain, mountain. 1010, mountain, tall mountain, and forest. So 10 of these are tall mountains. Let's see where those are. Why do we keep getting 6s? 15, there we go. So we're going to come over here to 5. And we're going to draw in. 5 is right here. This is 1010. So we've already got a forest there, so this can't be a tall mountain. So we're going to put the tall mountain here in the primary. So we're going to put 2 there. And there are 6 of them. So the other 6 are going to be touching. This mountain range runs basically north to south, so let's do it this way. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so those are the tall mountains, and the rest will be small or lower mountains. And then for 1106 is hills. We have 6 grasslands and 5 badlands. 16. So that will be this hex here. This will be grasslands. This is where the grassland will start. Is in this hex. And there are 6. So let's keep those clumped together. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's do this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So those are the grass. And then the badlands will start at 10, which is in the center. And there are 5. So let's go ahead and just make 3 of those. We're going to split this down the middle. So we're going to say this is Badlands, this is Badlands, and this is Badlands. All right, so that was 1106. 1107 is Badlands with 9 forest and 3 steppe. Well, let's put the steppe first. 16 is the steppe. Let's get a different color for that. Let's use this tan color. So 1107, 16, which is right here, and 3 together. Let's make these 3 a steppe. So this is kind of a high plateau. And then we have 9 forest. So there's a good chance that part of that steppe could be forest. So let's roll and see where that is. That starts at number 3. Number 3 is this one. So here's our forest. And as I said, this is 1107. We have 9 forests. So from there, we're going to go to 6, which is, we don't have a 6. We'll skip it. So we're going to put 6. Okay, so I'm sorry, 6 is this one. And then 2 is this one. And then 2 again. So we're going to go this way. We're going to keep going in direction 2. And then we have a 6 again. So we're going to come back around to 1. And then we have a 1, so we'll put that there. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 3 more forests. Another 1. We're going to come up here this time. A 4. We started here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be forest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 1 more. 3, direction 3. 1, 2, 3. So that is forest. And we've got the step. Now in 8, we have 5 badlands and 3 grasslands. So let's do the grasslands first. 1. The grassland is going to start here. And then it's going to be grassland here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, grassland here. And then we have our badlands. There are, this is 1108 badlands. There are 5 of them. They're going to start on 11, which is this one. And they're also going to have some on 18, which is this one here. So the river here is flowing through badlands. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is badlands here. 5 again. This is badlands here. 6. This is badlands here. And that is our 5 badlands. 1109 is grassland. There are 10 forests. The forests are going to start on hex 5. And then let's roll a yes or no. On a 1, 2, or 3, there'll be 1 forest. Okay, so it's just 1 forest. And this is 1109, 10 forests. We're going to start at 5, which is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a forest. So we're going to go around the forest. There's 10, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What direction? 5. So we're going to come over here. 10. So that's our 10 forests. And then the rest is all grass. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. And then we have 1110, which is mountain, river, and hills. Let's place the hills first. We have 4 hills starting at number 6. And the 4 hills, we're gonna assume the river runs along the hills. And 1211 is grassland. So this is grassland. So the hills are going to run along here. So let's put the hills. We have 4 hills. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the stream runs through 7 of these. So the stream is going to run through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up into the mountain. So it's going to make a long loop. So there's going to be an interesting little canyon there. And then 1111 is mountain. And then we're going to put 3 forests on this side. Where should we put it? We're going to start at number 2. So that's right here. So number 2 is a forest. We're going to make this a forest, and we're going to make this a forest. So that'll just speed things up. All right, now let's go ahead and go to the next step. We're going to assume that we're going to work through the rest of this. We're at 25 minutes right now, so it looks like that took about 20 minutes to get through for 2 columns. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So figure in about an hour to draw your map. Now, special points of interest. Roll a d20 for each campaign hex. Now, this was supposed to be for the 25-mile hexes. So, we're going to write 25 here. And we're going to do this one time. One campaign hex, one big 25-mile hex, will have one, possibly has one special point of interest. We got a 2. It does not. So now we've got the describe your realm part. This is where you'll fill out once you have determined your baron and the complete part of your domain. So maybe this needs to move. Where's my pencil? Move to end. All right. Domain income and expenses. Agricultural land, that's this grassland, and then also any river bottom land. So for instance, we have grassland here. You know what, let's do 1307 real quick, just so we can have that. So 1307 is grassland with a river running through it. So we're going to come over here to grassland. Let's go ahead and figure out this one real quick. 16 is more grassland, and 4 is forest. And that is D4 plus 2. It's going to be 3 forests. And the forest is going to run along the river, or be adjacent to the river. So let's roll for that. 9. 9 is going to be this hex here. And then the other 2 will be 3. 1, 2, 3. So put another forest here. And then we'll go from there, 1. So we're going to go up to 1. So the other forest is here. All right. So 1307. 1307 on our chart here is grass. And then more grass. And then forest 3. Okay. And then what we'll do is we're going to populate that hex as well. So now we're going to go to the next section, which is domain income and expenses. Now, agricultural land, so that's all of these, provides X number of raw material units for each settlement times the settlement level. And then you're going to draw a card for each campaign hex. On the number on the card is the maximum amount of any raw material resource that can be extracted from that hex each month. So we have a deck of cards here. These, I was actually working on a thing for these to be something special, like a deck of signs, but we're going to go ahead and shuffle this. Then we'll cut the deck. And then what we're going to do is on our master chart here, we're going to get the red or orange. We're going to use the orange one. And we're going to determine the maximum raw material potential for each campaign hex. So for each 5-mile hex. All right, number cards 2 through 10 is the total. If we get a jack, it's 10 plus a fort. And then we're going to roll a d12 on the natural feature and hazard table. If it's a queen, there's 12 plus a castle. If there's a king, it's 12 plus a non-human village. And if it's an ace, it's 15 plus a castle and 2 hamlets. And that's on a 5-mile hex. So we're going to draw for all of these. We're just going to draw for these 12 hexes here. So the first one, we have an ace. So 1007 is an ace. And then we have a queen. Then we have a 2. We have a 9. We have a 5. We have a jack. We have a 9. We have a king. We have a queen. We have a 5. We have a joker. Joker's not supposed to be in there. We're going to skip him. We have a 10. And then for 1307, we have a 7. All right. So we will come back to that once we determine how many villages and what have you. So now we're going to go to the next here, which is expenditures. We should really have trade, sequence of play, settlements. All right, settlement populations. We have to move this too. All right. Settlement populations are determined according to type. Each 5-mile local hex can support up to 1 town, 4 villages, and 10 hamlets. A single 25-mile campaign hex can support 1 city. So there's only room for 1 city in this entire area. You can have up to 19 towns, 36 villages, and 360 hamlets. But that's not what we start with. What do we start with here? Did I skip it? Okay, here we go. Terrain resources. This is under the character sheet. So I need to move this also. And we're going to move this to special points of interest. So we're going to move this to page 14. Move to page 14. All right. Each campaign hex in the barony will contain D6 plus 4 hamlets. It may have up to 1 town, 30% chance of a town, and 50% chance of D4 villages. If your campaign hex has a wizard's tower, if you're a wizard, if your starting character is a wizard, and you decide that this, let's see, this is where the starting town is a wizard's tower, you're going to add 2 D2 villages and D4 plus 2 hamlets in this same hex. So let's go ahead and we're going to do hamlets. Let's do hamlets in turquoise. Hamlets. Each campaign hex will have D6 plus 4 hamlets. All right, let's get a bunch of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do 6 at a time. All right, just going to go like this. So this one is going to have 6, 7, 9, 5, 9. 10, 6, 8, 7, 7. Then we need 2 more. We have 8 and 10. Now, each campaign hex has a 30% chance of having a town. So we're going to roll a d10. 1, 2, or 3, there is a town. So this one has a town. This one does not. This one does not. This one has a town. This one does not. This one does not. This one has a town. This one has a town. This one does not. This one does not. This one has a town. And this one does not. And 50% chance for D4 villages. All right, let's do it this way. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Do I have 12 6-siders? I think so. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so we have 12 6-siders, and this will be for our towns. On a 1, 2, or 3, for villages. Villages, villages, villages. Let's pick another color. We're going to do blue for villages. On a 1, 2, or 3, there will be a village. All right. There'll be D4 villages. So we have 1, 3, 4, skip 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no. 6, no. 7, no. 8, no. 9, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 has a village. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 has a village. 10 has a village. 11 and 12. So those all have D4 villages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've only got 4 of these for right now. We'll do this twice. So 6 is 3. 3 is 2. 2 is 1. 7 is 4. And then we have 1, 3, and 4. Okay. So, theoretically speaking, if we were to fill all the rest of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. D6 plus 4 hamlets is going to be 7. So 15 times 7 is 105. So it's possible we could have about 200 hamlets. That's kind of a lot. But what this is going to do for us is we only have to figure this out one time. And once we do that, it's going to give us the revenue that we can extract from each of the campaign hexes. All right, so hamlets are worth 1. income from domain type. A hamlet is worth 1, a village is worth 2, and a town is worth 3. So our revenue, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 6. So our total revenue that we could extract is 15. 7, 9, and 4 is 13. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And here we have 9. Here we have 10. Here we have 6. Whoops, 7, 8, 9. That's a 9. 8, 9, 10, 11. 7 plus 8 is 15. 7 plus 2 is 9. 8 plus 3 is 11. Plus 6 is 17. So that's the theoretical maximum, but the actual maximum is based on here. So an ace is worth 15. We can get 15. So this one is going to definitely be worth 15 for us. A queen is worth 12, but we can only extract 7 at this point. Mountain hex 1009 is only worth 2. And there's 9 hamlets there and 2 villages. So something's going on in that hex. It's a mountain hex. And there's a lot of population, but it's got really low resource value. So we can't get 13 out of it. We can only get 2 out of it. Hex 1010 is a max. I'm sorry, I should have been writing this up here. Hex 1010 is a 9. It can max out at 10, or I'm sorry, it could extract 10, but there's only 9 available, so it has a resource value of 9. This one has a resource value of 5. This is a jack, which has 10, so we're good. This is a 9, that's a 9. This is a king, that's 12 resource units. We can get 11, perfect. The queen is worth 12 resource units. So we can get 12 resource units out of there. And this only can have as many as 5, so this one's only good for 5 resource units, and this one is good for 10. Now, this is where I think a lot of you had questions regarding, I don't have any wood, I can't support a village or whatever because I don't have wood, etc. Or I can't support these towns because I don't have any wood. Well, we do have some wood because we have forest. We have forest. We have forest. And we have forest. What we don't have is any swamp. No, that's not true. We do have. Didn't I roll a swamp? No, that was grasslands. Okay, so now what we can do is figure out, we can extract a total of 15 from this hex. And because we have a stream, we can call that river bottom, so we can get clay crops or wool out of here. And with hills, we can get clay or stone. So we can take out 15 units. And we just have to choose what we want to pick for that hex to provide. And once you pick it, that's what it is, until you add more towns. So since we are maxed out with 6, 7, 8, 9, plus 6, 15, so that we don't really need any more population in 1007, which is this hex right here. So we're going to say that we have these lovely valleys with rich river bottom that could provide clay crops or wool. But let's get the wood. We want to maximize our wood. So let's do it this way. Where are we at here? 45 minutes. Okay. We are going to maximize our wood. Forest. We can get up to 9 units of wood out of this forest in hex 1010. So why don't we... Because we got a lot of mountains that we can extract from. So let's maximize our lumber extraction. So we're going to take 9 wood. So we're going to put this here. So 9 wood will be our resource for that hex. And then here, we can extract 9 from the Badlands. So we're going to get 9 wood out of this forest also. What did I do? I broke my pen. And then here, forest up to 10. We're going to get 10 wood out of this forest. And then here, we can get 12 from this grassland. And this gives us 28 wood so far. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a minimum. So let's get 5 wood from here. Now, this hex can't provide any more resource, this hex can't provide any more resource, and this hex can't provide any more resource. But this one can provide up to 7 more from forest or grassland, agricultural land. That's 1109. $11.09 here. So 1109, we've got 7 more. We can do crops and wool, so let's do 4 wool and 3 crops. 3 crop, 4 wool. And so that's our 12. And so that hex is done. All right. Now this grassland hex here, 10 hamlets, no town, 4 villages. That's 18 possible revenue. So, but we've only got 7, so that's good for 7. And it has forest. And grass. So let's get some, let's split it. Let's do 3 wood and 4 wool. All right. And now on our map, we can go ahead and place. We're going to start with towns, and then we'll do villages, and then we'll do hamlets. Now, according to this, each campaign hex. Wait, where was that? Okay. So each 5-mile hex can support 1 town, 4 villages, and 10 hamlets. So let's make some little symbols here. This is broken. And we'll do our towns first. So 1007 has a town. Hamlet is going to be a dot. A village is going to be a circle. A town would be like that, and then a city would be 2 circles. Okay, so that's going to be our symbology. So a town, we're going to put a town right by the lake. In 1007. We have 3 villages. So let's put the villages along the river. And then we have 6 hamlets. Let's put 1 hamlet here, and then we'll put a hamlet in each of these around here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. And then 1008 has no village, no town, 7 hamlets. Let's put the hamlets in the hills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 more in the mountains, 6 and 7. 1009 has 2 villages and 1 hamlet. These villages are going to be on the edge here. They're going to be closer to the grasslands. So we'll put a village, let's put a village here, and we'll put a village here. And then 9 hamlets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And then 1010 is this one. We have 1 town. Let's put a town here. We have 1 village. Let's put a village here. And then we have 5 hamlets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are the 5 hamlets, and so on and so forth. And so that's how you fill out your map. And like I said, we are at 53 minutes, 54 minutes right now. So this is going to take a couple of hours to do. It's going to be a fairly detailed map. But like I said, this is only something you do once at the beginning, and then we will play with all of this information. So once all this is sorted out, then this is really everything that has to be done. This is all the prep work that has to get done, because this is going to remain the same until we get to the end of the harvest season. And we get domain growth. And so each town, so you just look along here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to have 5D3 plus 5 companies of new irregular troops. Or you can use those to make a hamlet. Each city, see, I don't even have a city, so it doesn't matter. You can upgrade 1 hamlet to a village, at a cost of 200 crowns plus stone, ore, wood, wool, and crop. One village can be upgraded to a town, and one town can be upgraded to a city. So theoretically, at the end of the next harvest season, this town here could be upgraded to a city if we have enough. If we have enough gold. And enough resources. Each town in a campaign hex will generate one new hamlet. So you only have to add another hamlet to these five hexes here. And then you have a chance to add some more hamlets if you have your troops that you want to make into hamlets. So yeah, that's not too bad. We do need to rearrange some of this, and that's good to know. But hopefully this will show you how to set up your sheet. A spreadsheet would probably be fairly easy to make up. However, I don't think you have to do one. I think you can do this on paper because now we know what our monthly revenue is, and then we can do our monthly expenses. Because a town costs 1 wood per month. And I've only got 5 towns, and I've got more than enough wood coming in each month to supply those towns. So I have additional wood, plenty of wood. 18, 28, 31 wood that I have extra to use to build things. Build your forts, right? Because we need to build forts. Construction costs. How much is a fort? Oh, that's right. So we have to remember, we have an ace here. So that gets a castle and 2 more hamlets. So we're going to put a castle, which will make a square. We're going to put that next to this town. And then 2 more hamlets. We'll put another hamlet here and another hamlet here. We have 1 king in 1108, which is this one. There's a non-human village. So somewhere in here we have to put a non-human village. So that's cool. And then we have 2 more queens. So that's going to be 2 more castles. So we have a castle in 1008. So we'll want to figure out where to put a castle. We might want to put a castle at the mouth of this valley here, where these hills are. Yeah, let's put a castle here. And then we have another queen at 1109. So we're going to have to put a castle in 1109. Now 1109, we have 7 hamlets and 4 villages. And they're providing a variety of things. So why don't we do this? Let's put the castle in the middle. Let's put a village next to the castle. And then we have 3 more villages. Let's put them here, here, and here. And then we have 7 hamlets. So let's put a hamlet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. And then down here is a 7. We have 4 villages and 10 hamlets. So let's put the villages on the water. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 10 hamlets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. And then just one last little tiny detail. I'm going to go ahead and fill in the rest of these with their grass symbols. And there we go. So then there we go. So this is how we're going to lay out these maps. It looks like kind of a lot of work. I don't think it's really all that much work. And again, if you want to do this, you know, you can do this with just a marker too. If you don't want to draw it in, you can just use these markers like this. And this shows where your forests are, that sort of thing. So there you go. Let me know if you have any more questions, comments, or jokes, and also suggestions regarding how to rearrange any of these pages. We definitely do need to rearrange it a little bit to make it flow a little bit better. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I look forward to hearing your input for the rest of the Sword and Scepter project. Keep on gaming.